Hey everybody, this is Jason from the Rogue Banshee. In this video, I'm going to review the Caldwell E-Max Shadows. Now these are Bluetooth earplugs that will filter out gunshots, but still allow you to use them for taking calls or listening to music. Could this be part of your everyday carry? Let's find out.
Welcome back to the channel. And what I have for you here on the bench is some Caldwell E-Max Shadows. These are Bluetooth earplugs. And what do I mean by earplugs? They are earplugs. They are 23 dB NRR reduction, and they're Bluetooth, so you can connect them up to your phone. Now the reason why I bought these was I figured they would complement my everyday carry. After all, I do carry with a loaded weapon, and if I need to draw that, it would give me a very big advantage if I had ear protection while I'm carrying every day. Add the fact that I can pair this with my phone and use this as my headset. That's a bonus. One of the features that drew me to these earplugs is that you can turn the ambient noise on, which means you can hear noises around you and even have a conversation with someone in front of you. While when a gunshot goes off, they cut off just like a set of electronic earmuffs. My initial impression of these was great. They put the right on the left and the left on the right just so the Caldwell could be read. I thought this was just a marketing gimmick, but actually as I use these, this made sense. Because if I grab the right one with my right hand, it is ready to go into my right ear. Just like if I grab the left one with my left hand, it's ready to go into my left ear. And then putting them back in is the same way. As long as you grab them with the hand that's for that side, they work perfectly. My testing has shown that the earbuds last for about 5.5 hours of continuous use. And the case itself can charge them 2.5 times before the battery is depleted and the case needs to be recharged. The case itself is charged through a micro USB port on the back. Now how fast do they pair? When I open the case and pull one out, I'll get a tone that they're ready. And it takes a couple of seconds. It's not the fastest pair that I've seen out of a Bluetooth headset, but it's not awful either. And when I put them back in the case, they'll disconnect and start charging. Now one thing about this case is they are held in there with a magnet. And if I hold this up, I can't shake them. I'm sure if I shook really hard they might come out, but they do snap into place with a magnet. Now if I'm going to listen to music, these can be used as your regular earbuds to listen to music. Now by sliding your finger up, you can actually raise the volume. And also by sliding down, you can lower the volume. In my testing, I did notice that when ambient noise is turned on, you cannot change the volume using the touchpads. When you double tap, it'll pause the music, and double tap, it'll play it again. Now the way that these are set up is that right now I can't hear the ambient noise, but if I tap and hold for a couple of seconds, I can hear the ambient noise, and I'm actually hearing my voice right now coming in through the speaker on my left ear. Now I did find an annoying problem with these earplugs was that when I'm on a phone call, and let me dial a number here, I'm going to dial the customer support number for these earplugs, and you'll see that they're connected.
The touchpad area of the Shadows is pretty sensitive. Inside of a call, a single tap can disconnect the Bluetooth, so that way you can use your phone as a regular handset. However, I found that if I'm not careful, I can disconnect it accidentally when changing the volume.
Now the nice thing about this is that I'm still connected with my left earbud. So I can put my right one in and charge it. And you can run with just a single earbud in case you just want to use one or the other instead of having both your ears plugged up. The other thing that's nice about that is if you know you're going to be away for a long period of time and you're just using these as a Bluetooth headset, is you can run with a single while the other one's in the charging. So that way, if my left one dies, I can take my right one, put my right one in, and then let my left one charge. So I'm going to pull one of these out here. You can see they got these foam ear tips that are pretty soft and squishy, so they fit into your ear canal. But also what they send you is you have this carrying case. There's a USB cable to charge with, but you also have different types of plugs that you can put in there. So you can kind of customize this to fit your needs. And to change them is pretty easy. You just grab and pull and then pop the next one on. Now I've played with several of these and I find these kind of cone ones work best for me. But the one thing I found is they're I don't know, they say you can use these for cutting your lawn, you know, with a lawnmower and stuff like that, and still listen to music. I tried it yesterday with cutting my grass with our lawn tractor, and I still had to have volume up just so I could hear. So I don't know. I don't know if they're actually doing the noise reduction. I think they should. But to give you an idea, is I did put in a set of earplugs that were 25 dB noise reduction, and you know, it was about the same. I got about the same noise reduction out of those plugs versus my electronic ones. I just think they overstayed a little bit the ability to hear when hear your music or whatever. I was listening to a podcast while you had these in. Now, if you do have the ambient turned on, it cuts the sound to whatever music you're listening to, or in my case, the podcast. It cuts that sound down, and I had to turn the ambient off just so I could hear. There's just a small USB cable that you use to charge these, and you just close the case and plug your cable in. Now I have a long USB cable here connected to my computer, and you just plug them in and you can see they're charging. So since both of these LEDs are green, the case is charged to at least 90% or above. Now there's different ways they blink. I'm not going to get into the colors. There's one where like one's green and one's blinking. It just gives you different charge levels. Now you saw when I was putting these in and out, they'll turn red because they're charging, but then when they go green, and they'll stay green for about a minute, it means they're fully charged. But if they're in that case and they stay red for a while, it just means that they're charging and they're below a certain percentage. One thing I don't like about these, I mean, there's a few things I don't like about them, but there are some things that really kind of annoy me, like that whole disconnecting of a call. That's pretty annoying. But the other thing I don't like about these is that you can only pair them with one device. So I have them paired with my phone, but sometimes I'll need them paired to my computer for my day job, so I can switch between my phone and my computer. With these, you cannot do that. Once they're paired. You have to do a factory reset to pair them to a different device. Now that's not normal for the typical user, but I'm a little more technical heavy, and to me that's a little bit of a downfall. While these are in your ear, you can turn off each earplug individually by holding down on the touch panel for 8 seconds. Now 5 seconds it turns on or off the ambient noise, but then when you hold it down you can see it turned red and then turned off. So that way you can actually save power on that individual earbud. Now if you hold it on for a second, it'll turn back on. Now you can always turn it off by putting in the case as well, but if you don't have that case handy, it's nice to turn them off. They will turn off after 4 hours of inactivity, but it's nice to keep them turned off when you want them turned off, because maybe you don't have the case and you just have them in your pocket, so that way you can save your battery life. Now I don't have a voice assistant set up on my phone. I think they're a little on the creepy side, but if you triple tap on either earbud, it'll launch your voice assistant. Now double tapping will, like I said before, will start your music and stop your music, but double tapping when you have an incoming call will answer the call. And if you want to ignore the call, you'll just touch for 2 seconds and it'll ignore the call. Now we've talked about these in the sense of every day, but what happens when we take them to the range? Well, let's go to the range and find out.
Now I've been on the range all day shooting the GF3 and testing out my Emax Shadows. So far they've worked out awesome. I don't have a problem with the noise, and I do have ambient noise turned on, so I can hear that traffic out on the highway. Now, I have an AR, and this is a 308 AR loaded up on the lead sled. This is obviously 308. It has a 16-inch barrel and it has a brake. So this gun is loud. I don't know what it's going to do to the microphone for the camera. It's probably going to cut out. It's probably been cutting out all day for you. But let's see how this works out for the Emax Shadows. I will warn you that this gun gives me a headache when I shoot it. So we'll see exactly how much these things can take. So the Shadows performed perfectly. I did not have a problem with the noise at all from this rifle. These things are really good on the range. But through my regular daily life, I've proven that they're a little on the weak side. These are obviously electronic earplugs that they put Bluetooth radios in so that you can hook them up into your phone. They were not designed to be Bluetooth headsets right off the bat. However, they are good. I do like them, and I do plan on continuing to use them here in the range. If you like the work that we do here, please consider supporting us for free by shopping our affiliate links and banners at www.trb.fyi. You can also support us on Patreon and Subscribestar. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. While you're on our channel, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're watching us on YouTube, ring the bell so you're notified of new content that comes out. Thank you for joining me on the range today, and I look forward to you joining me again. In this video, I'm going to... Now these are Bluetooth... This is Jason from the Rogue...
It's over, but the fun's just beginning. we have another video for you right over there. But before you go, we want to know what you think about the video you just watched. Leave us a comment down below. And if you like this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up.